Now back to Colleen.
Okay, thank you, Mercedes. Well, this is National Vocation Awareness Week, and joining us in the studio is Brother Stephen Balletta, the Vocations Director for the Marinists, province of Mariba.
Mariba, correct.
We see behind us. I was so worried about saying that wrong. I know of the Marinists because of the wonderful schools you run here on Long Island. 2 high schools, Chaminade, Kellenberg Memorial, and then St. Martin de Porres. So I know about your commitment to Catholic education, but there's so much more to know about the order for me.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Thank you, first of all. Thanks. Yeah, well, we are very committed to Catholic education on Long Island. And, recently, Bishop Barris asked us as well to be involved in the revitalization of grade schools on Long Island. So that's still another mission to which we are deeply committed. I think another enormous aspect of Marianist life is community life. We see everything we do through the lens of community, doing things together. And living together as a witness value of what it means to have a dynamic and joy-filled faith. So, as I was thinking about our interview this morning, normally when people talk about us, they don't think of Brother Stephen or Brother Kenneth or Brother Thomas. They think of the brothers. Mm-hmm. It's a group, and that's really important. We're really focused on living as as those first disciples, one in heart and one in mind. That's a big aspect of our life. Certainly prayer is another enormous aspect of our lives. We pray regularly and in common 3 times a day in the morning, generally around 6 a.m. for morning prayer and Mass. Once again in the evening at about 6:20 for meditation and evening prayer, followed by dinner. And then after dinner, we have night prayer together as well. And every Marianist makes a commitment as well to pray privately, private prayer and meditation for about an hour a day.
You are the brothers.
We are the brothers.
What is the difference between a brother and a priest?
Great question, thank you. Back in 2015, the Vatican actually commissioned a document, the Identity and Mission of the Religious Brother in the Church, to try to clarify that. And of course, the roles overlap, but I would say the essential difference is that the priest's primary function is to administer the sacraments. So the priest's role in the church is primarily sacramental, and the brother's role in the church is primarily service. Certainly the two overlap, but in that document, the religious identity, the identity and mission of the religious brother in the church, they use 2 images, both taken from the Last Supper. So the image for the priest is the institution of the Eucharist, and the image for the brother is Jesus washing the feet of the disciples. And in our community, in all the Marianist communities, even if one is a priest, an ordained member, we like to call them, they're still considered a brother. Okay, so we have a charism. One of our charisms is called mixed composition, which means the brothers and the priests in our communities live together as equals, and in fact, a brother could be the superior in a community. So that's a little bit of what that whole brother-priest dichotomy is about.
And with a priest, we know a priest is a priest because of the collar,
right?
And other orders because of robes.
Our religious garb.
Your religious garb is a suit.
So when Blessed Chaminade founded the Marianists in 1817, right after the French Revolution, he wanted to re-energize France and Christianity in France by establishing Christian communities. And at the time, there was enormous anti-clericalism. So in his mind, the whole idea is that the brother would have a common garb, but the same garb basically as the typical middle-class citizen in France at the time. So our habit, our religious garb, has always been in common, but pretty much similar to what a layman would be wearing. So it's all black and white, but that's why the suit and not robes, not a belt, not those habits that some other religious orders use.
Mm-hmm. But you all wear a ring. Do you get your ring when you become a brother?
You get the ring when you make first profession. You get a silver or platinum ring at your first profession of vows, and then you make final profession of vows. That's when you receive a gold ring. Temporary vows or first profession of vows is usually within 4 years of a young man entering, and final vows or permanent vows are usually within 6 to 9 years of a young man entering.
You're always looking for more young men to discern,
Yes.
to answer this calling. Right now, how many young men do you have?
We are very blessed in our province to have 6 young men in various stages of formation. They bring great joy to us, and I think that, a really wonderful message for this National Vocations Awareness Week is they send a message of hope for the future of the church. I think that's a very important area to focus on as we talk about National Vocations Awareness Week, hope for the future of the church. And I would say to anybody thinking about vocation, whether it's to the Marianists or the Franciscans or the diocesan priesthood, you are bringing hope to the future of the church. The church needs you. And it's a life of joy. Are there sacrifices? Absolutely. But when I was a young person, and my novice master liked to remind us, there are sacrifices in every walk of life. There are sacrifices in marriage, obviously. But the joy that we receive, I think, is enormous. It's an enormous benefit.
Thank you so much for coming in today. It was so great talking to you.
You're very welcome, Colleen. It was my pleasure. God bless.
Oh, thank you. And for more information, you could go to provinceofmariba.com.